All right, now we're live.
Jeez.
Look, I had a countdown. I forgot to hit go live. Sue me. I've been working 12 hours. I just got back from the gym.
There's no music or nothing?
Just silence.
Seth, is there anything you won't complain about?
Hey, I mean, you know what? Just give me the controls. I'll do it.
You're a poor wife. I'm Justin. That's Seth. That's Matt. And we're the Podcasting Dead, hanging out and talking about the Walking Dead Dead City season finale. Season 1 is officially wrapped up, and we know we're getting to season 2 now. So a lot of people in the comments have been asking all 6 episodes, like, do you think there'll be a second season? Do you think there'll be a second season? Well, now the answer is yes. First and foremost, I'm using a different mic tonight. How do I sound? Is it coming through clear?
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I guess we're not aficionados like you are, so it
I'm just asking, can you hear me? Am I loud enough to hear?
Yeah,
your voice muscles work.
Okay. Well,
your voice
Seth,
is discernible, audible,
Seth,
and
I'm timing you out.
Perfect enunciation.
Wrong button. Matt, how does my mic sound?
Your enunciation is...
You guys are
acceptable.
So unhelpful.
Actually, I don't know. You sound kind of like muffled.
I sound muffled?
A little. A skosh.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I? Well, guess what? It's just this simple then. Let's just bring back, because that's actually set up. That other one is actually set up for radio.
Oh,
this one is set up for podcasting.
There you go.
There's that the crisp and the crunch.
That one's got a whole lot more compression on it, so it's going to sound a little more muffled in a live stream format versus recorded and produced. But anyways, the SM7B picks up so much background noise. I just wanted to try something new, and you guys ruined it. Thanks. You're welcome. The Walking Dead Dead City is finally over. Seth, you hated it, so we'll get back to you in a minute. Matt, solo layout, what did you think?
I liked it. I still don't know who that blonde bitch at the end is, but I enjoyed it. I was most happy.
Why does she gotta be a bitch? Why can't she just be
because she's Darlene from
she's
from Ozark, and she
stole Herschel's toe, damn it.
Yes. And yeah, and we see teenage Danks is still very much well and alive in the apocalypse. Gosh, Mom, I didn't want to go to bow staff training, Mom. Gosh.
Everybody's got to learn a bow staff.
Gosh.
I will side with Seth on one thing. I didn't necessarily find the whole episode to be boring, but with that said,
there were nuggets. I enjoyed some nuggets of it.
When the whole Negan and Maggie fight thing started,
that was stupid.
I rolled my eyes. I'm like, dude, oh my God, how many times do we, like, literally, we've had this Negan and Maggie heart-to-heart discussion where Negan apologizes profusely like 1,000 times now.
I had my wife rewind it back, not once, but twice. Like, what the hell started this? But it seems like what did the Croat put Maggie up to? Like, if she brings him Negan, then he will give him her son.
Yes.
So not that they had a beef, is that she needed him as collateral.
She just really had a hard on for the way the Croat talked about. I guess if you've ever had someone that described one of their friends that sounded so awesome, and you're like, I'd love to hang out with that person. That's how this woman was to Negan.
Oh, that was like when we come down to hang out with y'all, and my wife was like, "So we're gonna go hang out with these guys?" Like, okay.
Wait, you're saying your wife didn't want to come hang out?
No, she did. We actually showed up, unlike Tommy.
She said that.
Tommy Gladden in the comments section, and that's not Mary, Tommy.
That's why I was laughing so hard.
That goes back to where we did a Walking Dead trivia. It was me, Seth, and Tommy, I think. And Seth did good. I did good. Tommy did abysmal. I mean... I love Tommy so much, but Tommy did so bad on the Walking Dead quiz. But what's up, Tommy? I'm so glad to see you in the comments section, man. I always like to show up in your comments section, and I'm glad to see you in mine. That sounded kind of sexual for some reason. Anyways.
A little bit.
But no, when they were fighting again, I was just rolling my eyes. I was like, here we go again. Maggie hates
so
Negan.
stupid.
We get it. I mean, so was the ending when she told Herschel, like, I've got to go finish this thing with Negan? Does that mean like she's somewhat moved past it and she's going to go save him? I mean, like, what did you get out of that?
I think she's want to go back and, I guess, get him out of his pickle.
No, I'm going to kill him.
Dude, I swear,
No,
I swear, I make this
No.
solemn vow to you.
they haven't made love yet.
If Maggie goes back with the intention of I'm gonna kill Negan, I will not watch season 2. Like I'll make
She's
that
gonna
vow
save him.
right
She's
now.
gonna have a change of heart and save him.
But
Like-
what was the deal? Like, why did they start fighting?
Well, because I think he realized her deception. Like he realized that she'd been lying to him, and that the whole
Lured him,
time she was just trying to get him to the Croat, not get him to help her get Herschel back from the Croat.
It was all an elaborate ruse.
Like like that was the.
That was
That
the-
was her plan the whole time. That's why we saw the grain in the silo and all of that, because she lied about him stealing the grain and all of that. Like what had happened was he showed up, grabbed Herschel, and basically was like, "Bring me Negan, and you'll get your son back." So that was her long
was the
game the
incentive,
whole
yeah.
time, was to get Negan to the Croat.
and now
And
it
Negan
comes to
picked
light.
up on that.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. And I mean, from a motherly or parental aspect, I guess I understand, like, you turn
Right.
anybody to save your kid, but
If I had a moody teenage boy, then like, listen, man, like you can stay at the Croat till you change your attitude, boy.
and Herschel just has like a crap, like in the comics, grown Herschel was a douchebag. Like in
Mom.
in the last issue, you get to see a flash forward of Herschel grown up, and he's a complete D-bag. And my God, they're heading that way in the show too, because it's like, gosh, Mom, you just traveled all this distance and saved me, but all you care
So
about is Negan.
So lame. You're
Love
embarrassing
me,
me,
mother.
Mom.
But I mean, I guess I can get it though. I mean, I'm sure his whole life that's all he's ever heard is Negan, because it's all Maggie's character's depth is now is hating Negan. Like that's it.
Gosh, Mom, if you love Negan so much, why do you marry him?
And why is she gonna stab him in the chest and then be like, oh, okay, here we go. Like that was a deep stab.
Well, and also
it was like
too,
right below the collarbone, like probably like got one of the ribs.
Right,
was-
but still,
it
that's
would've
still
hurt.
gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
Matthew, come on, dude.
What? Have you been stabbed? in
No,
the
we're not
chest?
monetized no more.
No, thank you.
Well,
Matthew.
Robert gave us $2. We're good.
No, they'll take that away.
They'll
No, they
take it
won't.
away.
They will take away super chat.
They
All right,
can't.
he's
They
in
have
timeout.
before.
Anyways, moving forward, Matt, you've got a 1 minute timeout. Work on your language. Seth, but no, I thought like when they were fighting and stuff, it looked like Negan could have easily destroyed her and was being the reasonable one.
Playful.
Like it's like stop. Negan
Yeah,
the whole time says,
Off of me, girl.
stop. Oh, you stabbed me? Damn. All right. And then he
Yeah.
gave her that.
And he
Good
just
old
slams her
mule
off
kick.
the thing, and she lands on a nice, comfortable padding,
And did you like how Negan jumped down there all Avenger like?
like superhero landing,
Yep, that was pretty dope.
like Deadpool. Oh, he's gonna do the landing, do the landing.
Dude, if they would have had Negan land with the fist down and looked up,
Yeah. So my thought was when that happened, I was like, wow, they really just made the actors like jump.
yeah.
Could you
Negan-
imagine be like, hey, well, I mean, y'all like heights, so it might be all right? Y'all like heights, right?
I don't
I'll
mind
do
them
'em.
so bad.
Yeah, see, I don't.
You know, it's funny because I'm kind of the opposite of most people that I know, because almost everybody I know, like my dad used to get on snorkel lifts 120 feet in the air, and he would actually move it forward and backwards while he was up top, which means you're going to be rocking and slinging. It didn't bother him. As he gets older, he
Mhm.
gets more scared of heights. I was terrified of them. And then the older I get, the less I care, which it might just have to do with life. You just get to the point where you're like, if I fall, I fall. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's 57 years old, so safe to say I don't think he made that jump.
I wonder if he did.
I feel like that had to have been a stunt double, or if it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan, there were some cables we didn't see.
Did you watch
Just-
the behind the scenes after?
Yeah, some of it.
They did it. They did have a lot. Like, look, they had like a lot of harnesses and cables attached to them for a lot of them scenes.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
was
they were
gonna say.
running between the beams. That's a huge liability right there.
This right here from Jay Scarf poses a good question. Do y'all think that Negan is going to become a villain again?
I think by circumstance he will do some villainous things, but like not by like a personal choice or a desire to be bad. Like to be like a Majin Vegeta.
I just feel like, yeah, I mean,
When he gets
you're-
like the little M above, like instead of an M, he gets an
no,
N.
he just has a C for Croat.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree. I think that he is going to be a villain for a little while, but like if they made him just go back to being a villain, that just would undo the last like 3 or 4 seasons worth of development. It'd be like Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. If you watch Game of Thrones, you know exactly what I mean. All that character progression just to literally throw it away at the last second. So I think that probably Maggie will come back with the intention of saving and helping Negan. She'll see that he now is running things and seemingly is back to being the way he was and have doubts, which will probably bring us back to Maggie hating Negan again. And the cycle continues.
It'll
and
be a
continues
big
until
misunderstanding and a big
they
goof.
finally make love.
Thank God.
I'm jumping on the train.
Somewhere JP's going to be like, yes, I told you.
I think JP, I think he watched at least the first episode, which announcement for those if I haven't talked about it. JP's got a podcast that we're going to start posting here on the channel. He's banked, I think, 5 episodes. He wants to get a few more, and then we'll start doing one a week. And JP is now working close to where he's actually working with me at my job. So JP and I will be podcasting together regularly starting week after next. So anybody misses JP, you're going to catch up with him here real soon.
Bet you Coleman Domingo misses JP.
Oh, he does. Jay Scarf, have you seen the stuff for Daryl Dixon and the release date? Guys, did y'all see the trailer last night and the premise?
Nope.
All right, Seth. Matt, I'm sure you saw it.
Yeah,
Seth,
yep.
Let me tell you the premise and you tell me what you've heard before.
I don't want to hear it.
No, let me tell you. It's on the trailer.
I'm taking it off. I don't want to hear anything from it.
Come on, man. It's on the trailer. It's in the commercials.
I want to go into this without knowing anything.
Seth, as much as you read spoilers and shit, you won't spoil it.
But yes, okay, I do. But I don't want to.
Okay, well then take your earphones out. Let me talk to Matt. All right, Matt. Does this sound familiar? Because this is what they say in the trailer. They're like, this is such and such, and you've got to get him to this point because he's the key to humanity's survival. Where did we hear that like a few months ago?
Oh, Last of Us.
Right.
Yeah.
One character's got to transport another character from one location to the other.
So someone has the cure.
The
universes are going to come together. We'll have the last of the Walking Dead.
So when I saw that, I kind of rolled my eyes and was like, all right, great. Now it looks like they're just going to be ripping off The Last of Us for the Daryl show. So we'll see.
The Last of Daryl.
And anyway, so with Daryl dying in this show, I really think it's going to give rise to...
Yeah, they only got 2 episodes. They kill him off and then cut the season short.
I mean, Daryl dies in the
first
episode.
And he becomes a woman.
He finally makes love to Rick, and then he died happy.
That's the y'all keep talking about Maggie and Negan making love. The one I'm behind is Rick and Daryl. They're totally gonna.
I want the Last of Us scene with Nick Offerman and that other fellow with the gay love. That's what I want with Daryl and Rick.
Daryl sitting at the piano and Rick just comes up behind him.
Now kiss me, you fool.
Tommy says her son Heschel
Hansel and Gretel.
Heschel was a brat. No, you're right, Tommy. Herschel is a little douchebag. I was not a fan of him.
Angst.
Like your mom,
you're embarrassing me, Mom.
Your mom could have just died trying to save you, but oh, how horrible she is because she's still upset with the guy that murdered your dad.
Gosh, Mom, I wish you were dead.
Some of the TikTokers I follow were predicting that Herschel would kill Negan at the end of this season and that it would be a fitting end to his story. Like he would kind of just let him.
He loves Negan as a stepdad.
I don't know. That'd be weird, right? Like you have a step parent. Sometimes there's animosity between them and the real dad.
Don't got to worry about that.
You're not my real dad.
That's
right.
I
killed your real dad.
Of this season finale was when one of my favorite scenes for this episode, when Percy was going back to New Babylon and those bodies were still hanging on the gallows and they're still okay. Like, yeah, we're still alive. Can someone let us down?
Dude, so did I interpret that scene correctly? Like that woman knows he's lying? I know she said, tell the story again, but tell us about the methane gas. But does that mean that they know that everything he just said was?
Well, were they asking how did they power their society? Like, where they want to know how to take their technologies and implement it into theirs?
How can we use the zombie
How can we use the
farts?
zombie farts?
have
Well, I
a
mean, we
feeling-
got 3 farting bodies on the gallows. We can go start churning them up.
I have a feeling they're gonna use him next season because if they're
God, I
going
hope
back for that
not.
methane fuel, then
Farts
gonna
are
run
plenty and
into Negan.
farts are free.
And then also too, they're gonna have they're gonna probably run into Negan and realize if they don't now that he was completely full of it.
yeah,
Putting him at odds with them, which I'm glad at least he came around. I thought it was pretty heartbreaking when Negan had to tell what was that little girl's name?
Oh, Jenny.
Jenny, when he had to tell her that he killed her dad and all of that, basically just to get her to leave him. I thought that was really sad. Like I always any scene like that where someone has to like tell, like, what was that movie with the horse where it's like, I hate you, go away.
Oh
leave.
yeah.
Like that
What
always
movie
breaks my
was
heart.
that? Yeah. Damn, what movie was that? Trying to get him to leave, the only way to get him to leave, saying, "I hate you."
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminded me of that, but like that kind of stuff always breaks my heart.
It does. I did like it when Jenny was starting to say her very first words, and he was like, "Nuh-uh, you shut your mouth. Like you've had ample time to talk, woman."
Let's see, Jay Scarf. I wish there were more variant walkers in this show. Well, lucky for you in the fall, you're going to get them in the Daryl Dixon show. So there you go. Because they actually did, if you watch The World Beyond, at the end of it, you know, they had a scene in France, and that's like where the variants are really prominent. So I'm hoping they'll do something, you know, with Daryl's show. They're going to have to do something different. And those variant walkers would be a nice change of pace, just to where it's no longer you know, you can stab them in the head with a blunt stick and keep moving. You actually have to like fight.
Just give me the Nick Offerman gay sex scene with Daryl Dixon and Rick. That's all I ever want for Christmas.
All right, and you're muted for the next minute.
thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Going through the comments here. Let's see. Henry Lemoyne says, I'm glad the Croat survived into season 2. One of the most entertaining characters in a while. I will say, I didn't end up hating him as much this season as I thought I would. Like I thought,
Yeah.
like I think you said, or you or Matt or me, somebody had said he was going to be like one of these one-off villains, just like Pope, pointless, shallow, just a villain to be a villain. So I actually ended up kind of liking the character. And I am glad he survives to season 2. It'll be interesting to see how he falls in the mix.
Is he
Matt, you're
really
at it.
calling the shots, or is the lady calling the shots, but he's just kind of...
He's kind of like Simon in a way, like he's got his own little crew, but I think they're all under her, like under her umbrella. Just like Simon went out and made rule. To some people who encountered Simon, they probably thought he was the leader, but
Do we even know what Darlene's real name is or what she does?
I don't know. But I know I love when she offers Negan brandy and he's like, I'm more of a gin man. And then she like keeps talking and pours 2 glasses and hands him one. He's like, I told you I'm a gin man.
I'm a gin man.
Matt, I feel like you're going to love this.
Ah!
Let's see. Henry Lemoyne says the Croat is like Lance and the Doma is like Pamela.
The Doma.
Yep.
Is that her
Yeah.
name?
What?
Is that what
It's
they call
like-
her? The Doma?
It's the name of the episode. It's like Doma Smo.
Doma Origato?
Doma Smo, which means
Mr.
welcome home in
Roboto.
Francais.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, for those going back here, somebody said, where is it at? Also, Robert, thank you so much for the super chat. We hadn't gotten one of those in a while.
Oh, God, you're so good.
That's the kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
Yeah, that's we'll go with that for the time being because I don't have the full.
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
And for the right number of super chats, you can tickle my balls. Let's see, but where is it? Somebody had said something about, oh yeah, we were talking about I was talking about Jeffrey Dean Morgan being 57, and there's no way he made that jump. I don't say that as in like he's necessarily too old, but old Matthias W. there is in his early 30s, and he went down a water slide about 100 times on Saturday, and is
everything hurts.
still feeling it. So I imagine if that destroys you in your 30s, taking a jump like that in your late 50s would probably be pretty rough on the body. But he is in great shape. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think he's awesome. I want to be like him when I grow up.
An impressive specimen.
Henry Lemoyne says Negan was a gin man. That was a callback to Simon because Simon said that he himself was a gin man. I don't know how anybody's a gin man. I'm a bourbon guy because to me, gin just tastes like pine needles.
Yeah, just like I'm eating some pine.
But I also haven't tried it in like 10 years. So maybe I'll try some like gin and tonic here soon and see if I like it. Just been digging the bourbon here lately, man.
The burbs.
The burbs.
Talking blurbs and drinking burbs.
But so, all right, Seth, let's do the normal. Tell us, you get the solo layout. What did you like? What did you not like about this episode and this show in general?
Well, I didn't like a lot, but there's no real spoiler there.
Surprise.
Well, I mean, dude, it didn't make a lot of sense. Like, if you got to rewind something a whole bunch of times just to try to figure out like what's going on, that's a problem. I spent multiple times. I can't say that. That's not true. I spent a lot of time rewinding because I didn't understand why they were doing certain things, and the show never really was clear. Like this episode sets up the fact that like it was that Maggie had to bring him to Croat.
No, they've been hinting at that for the last 2 or 3 episodes, and then
but where?
With the remember when what's her name? What's the little girl again?
Jenny
saw the grain.
Yeah,
like they've dropped a couple of hints throughout the last couple of episodes that was.
I didn't understand that.
Towards.
I agree with Seth. There were some things like that were kind of like wait, what just happened?
What did the grain have to do with anything?
Because she had told Jenny this whole story about how, the Croats stole their grain and that without that grain, they were going to starve to death and yada, yada, yada. But then she sees that the Croats growing his own grain. So
why?
Didn't have a reason
But she doesn't. Well, no, she doesn't see that they're growing the grain. They just see the silo of grain.
Right, but they've got a whole silo. It's not like it's in sacks or something. You don't typically have a silo of grain if you're not producing your own grain.
Well, true, but couldn't that also lead to be like, hey, like, there's the grain I told you he stole?
I guess maybe he just thought that they were some really grimy bastards, and we're like, not only are we taking your grain, we're taking your silo too.
Well, I mean,
no.
It just to me,
Seth, I dare you to say it in a small town.
All right, Jason Aldean.
You don't like Jason Aldean?
I don't really care for him, but I mean, whatever.
He cares for you.
That's an inside joke from when I was at the beach. Not making fun of, but we have this one friend and he talks just like this and he's super country and he loves bro country and everything CMT. And one night he legit said something about Jason Aldean and I was like, dude, he sucks. And he was like, you don't like Jason Aldean? And somebody recorded me saying that with a chipmunk effect. So it's like, you don't like Jason Aldean?
That's funny.
Matt has to realize he tells inside jokes a lot here on the podcast without realizing. None of the listeners know what he's talking about.
I would be the first comedian to tell strictly inside jokes.
But I mean, I just once you see that grain's there, like that confirms the story that Maggie told that he stole the grain. How are you supposed to know they've got a field growing grain?
Well, if you got an abundance of grain, does it make sense to ransack a small community for their paltry sum of grain?
I mean, I definitely knew that it was like something was going on, but.
Yeah, because she wrote liar on the on that sewer exit when she left Maggie with the weird zombie creature.
But
with the basically the Last of Us clone.
Yeah. And how did she know she was a liar then? She didn't see the grain until she come up out of there.
Well, she's smart. Maybe breathing in the fart gas, she got premonitions and could see that Maggie was lying.
I don't know. A lot of this stuff just didn't make sense.
All right. What did you like about it?
Negan.
He did have some pretty cool moments.
He had some great moments. The whole knock joke was
that definitely
one of
was
my
the
favorite
peak.
moments.
Yeah, definitely one of the peak of the seasons for Negan when he went full Negan on that motorcycle helmet dude. Oh, that was my favorite part of the season too. Was
knock,
the
knock.
motorcycle
Who's
helmets?
there?
I'll say it. Who's there?
Yeah.
All right.
But-
Anything other than Negan?
No.
All right. Well, all right. So everything almost sucked except Negan for Seth. Matt, what did you like and what did you not like about this show and this episode?
I like how the Croat drew some very similar, some very close parallels to Pope, so we can always, be happy for that. I liked the motorcycle helmet boys. That was a very badass gang, very intimidating. Negan, definitely, I agree with Seth on that one. Negan had some very memorable moments. What else? Didn't care for the character Percy. He was, discount Shane. Like if you were looking for a bargain, that was a good bargain. That was a great value Shane. It was okay. It was an okay spinoff, and I've already mentioned my memorables for the show, but I don't think we need characters like Percy.
I can agree. Percy didn't really do it for me. I mean, I'm glad at least he changed his tune and helped Negan, but
Who's Percy?
I like the show.
The Marshal Percy Armstrong.
Oh, Armstrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is Percy? Very, very forgettable.
They just kept referring to him as Armstrong.
Yeah.
I didn't catch Percy, but okay.
Maddie Williams, and I invite any listeners to answer that question in the comments. What did you like about this season, or what did you like about this show in general, and what did you not like about this show? Maddie Williams says, I will say the show needs to go bigger in season 2. They stayed in one place other than New Bethlehem or whatever the name of the town was.
Babylon.
Mm-hmm. New Bethlehem.
Jesus Part 2
coming.
Some woman steps out and it's like she's cheated on her man, and she's like, I'm pregnant, and it's like, but we haven't had sex. I know, it's a miracle. Boom. New Bethlehem. It's like, dude, don't you think she might have cheated on you? No, she would never do that. I like the show. I didn't love it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's the best thing The Walking Dead's done in a long time. I thought it was a bit predictable. But with that said, I thought it was pretty good. I'm really getting tired of the Maggie hating Negan thing. I get it. It would be unnatural if they just made her all of a sudden shift and be like, Negan is my best friend. But like at some point, you're just going to have to move past this or just kill him and get it over with. One of the two. Like either
be done with it. Bury this hatchet.
I mean, like, in my opinion, they've already had a great redemption arc for Negan. It drug out a little longer than I think it needed to, but they had a good redemption arc for Negan. Honestly, I wouldn't have been that upset if after all this time, Maggie ended up killing him, but then they could create this whole story arc for Maggie where she realizes why Rick was right. She did the wrong, you know what I mean? Like you could create a whole new arc for a character where she, like learns the error of her, whatever. I mean, just either kill him or get over it. One of the two. We need a Jesus
kiss
Christ
already,
spinoff.
man.
Let's see. Drago says, I enjoyed it, but I feel it could have been half a 10 episode season. Yeah. Like I said, I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's better than no Walking Dead, but with that said, I just need them to start going bigger. Like somebody else said in the comments a few minutes ago, like have some stuff that blows my mind. I mean, like we got those new characters. We got those new characters, and then we all knew they were going to die. Like every one of them. And I guess Negan got away with killing the big dude scot-free because nobody went back to that.
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy?
They literally just thought he cut out before the fight. They were like,
I'm good, guys. See ya.
They just like thought he, just took off. Seriously, can you see this going 11 seasons? Absolutely
26
not.
seasons.
Absolutely not. I think the second season will be the last, and it's probably where they'll end the whole Maggie Negan thing. Now there's just the Daryl show to look forward to. Seth, would you say you're more excited about that than you were this?
Yeah, because I like Daryl. I like Daryl a lot.
I like
I think
Daryl.
he's cool.
Daryl dies, Seth riots.
Yeah. Yeah, see, when in the beginning I really didn't care for him, but he as a character's grown on me, and he's been through so much, and he's had his comeuppance. He's become a really, really integral character. And I think that there's gonna be I think it'll go somewhere. But
I just pray to God that, you know, being out in France, like he has like access to like old ballistas and bows and stuff.
No, they already
Clean his
show him
jeans.
shooting the flintlocks in the trailers.
We're talking like big old ballistas, like where like those monstrous projectiles, like big ass crossbows.
It'll never be as cool as the fireworks cannon.
No, you cannot.
It's
It's
like-
Hwacha.
Ow, that hurt a little bit, but it's really pretty. It's like, well, they're
The
trying
sparks, they burn.
we're not killing anyone. The goal wasn't to kill them; it was to distract them with the pretty fireworks.
I'm
Always
anxious
stole
to
their
see.
grain.
I'm anxious to see how he'll get over there.
Yeah. Well, we do, and I won't say anything because Seth doesn't want to know, but we do have confirmation that one other character from the Walking Dead universe will be appearing in the Daryl spinoff. So that's pretty
it Pope?
exciting.
Is it Rick's
No.
brother,
Pope of France.
Andrew Lincoln with a mustache?
I am Brandon Lincoln. I'm Brandon Grimes. And then Daryl's gonna be like, Rick, are you just talking with an accent? Wasn't he from like Barcelona or something?
I'm not Rick
Spain?
Grimes. I'm Nick Grimes.
He's gonna be like, oh, I am Rick's brother.
Oh, wee.
I'm Nick Grimes. Rick, is that just you with a mustache? No, Daryl. I mean, no, no.
Wait
Let's
till Burt
see.
Russell hears about this.
I
Hey,
mean,
don't
you
you
know,
talk about him. He's a legend.
but you know, Daryl uses a crossbow, which when you think about it, is only just a little bit faster than using a flintlock. You still got to shoot, put it down, pull it up, load another one, bring it up. Flintlock, you're like, all right, one zombie down. Hold on, let me get my gunpowder. Let me
Primer on there.
stuff this thing down. Daryl will be like, I'm used to this. I use a crossbow.
I was made for this.
Tommy Gladden says 5 out of 10. He halfway liked it. Let's see. Drago says, I'm excited about the Daryl spinoff. Hope there's a lot of variety. Absolutely. Matty Williams says, Daryl's show seems to appear that it will open our eyes to the international spin on the zombie apocalypse.
It is very
Absolutely.
America-centric.
Let's
Like,
see.
how are the Chinese zombies doing?
Could the all end up back together? That would be awesome.
To The Walking Dead 2.
I wouldn't mind seeing some crossover. I mean, obviously they're not going to be for Daryl, but every once in a while I'd like to see a character come into play. Oh yeah, you know, I remember him.
Let's
Maybe
see.
we'll find out from Heath. Maybe Heath will be in wherever Daryl is.
I'm not Heath. I'm Beef. You're just Heath. You're just Heath with a mustache. No, I'm Beef.
I am Beef.
Yeah, they definitely like. I know the actor left to go do another show, but like they could have given some kind of closure to that. Like
Yeah.
maybe like made a dummy replica of him dead and panned by it. You know, something. There could have been something from a writing standpoint. You know, and plus he was on the show so little. I don't really feel like the idea of leaving it open for him to return was that big of a deal. This is
Troy.
true. Troy's confirmed to be coming back.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm. Troy is confirmed to be coming back for the last half of Fear the Walking Dead. So that's something that's
Jesus.
happening, even though he took 2 hammer blows to the head and was in a dam that exploded after the water took his body away. But somehow he
Dang,
survived.
I went down a water slide just a little too rambunctiously, and I'm hurting like hell.
Yeah, but Matt, you were trying to throw yourself out of it multiple times.
True.
Matt is super sore from an adult water slide we had this weekend, and Matt's the only person who was
Adult, huh?
trying. Yeah, no, this thing was like what, Matt? 15, 20 feet in the air. Like it wasn't like the little
20.
It wasn't the little kitty ones you get. Like this thing was way up.
By the time you got to the bomb, you were going about dang near 25 miles an hour into a big old walled off section of the water slide.
You flew on that sucker. But Matt was the only doofus who was purposely trying to clear it and go out onto the hard ground.
Oh, by that time, my yard was a swamp.
I thought he was talking about a kind of water slide.
Well,
you know what time it is.
When my yard turned to swamp and I was pretending to be Shrek, yelling at the kids, "What are you doing in my swamp?"
What's up, Liquor Beaver? Thank you so much for dropping in. Let's see. Matty Williams. I like Troy. He was just a frat boy for the apocalypse. Yeah, I thought Troy was a great character, and I thought they killed him off way too soon, but I just don't know how they're going to bring him back now.
Apparently they didn't kill him.
He's going to come back with like brain damage. Seriously. I mean, how can you take 2 shots from a hammer to the head and not have like a cracked skull?
You don't. Yeah.
Like,
that's irreparable damage. You don't come back from that.
Since it's Fear of the Walking Dead, wouldn't it be funny if Troy showed up and just had a Jack-in-the-Box head on? Let's see. If Troy's coming back, it's going to help Fear the Walking Dead's awful show. Might as well. Well, a lot of people are going to tune in just to see how the hell he survived all of that drama. So, but yep, that wraps it up for this review. So that's a wrap for this season. I guess we'll see everybody back in the fall, but you'll be seeing us here on the channel more. Like I said, JP's now working with me at my job, so I see him every day. And
I am working against Justin.
I live 2 minutes from the office, so JP is going to be coming by week after next. We're going to start doing some regular podcasts, and JP even has his own podcast we'll start posting here on the channel with a totally different premise than anything we've ever done, but it's really good. So you should definitely tune in once it's here and take a listen. It'll also give you some insight into what JP's been up to lately and why he's been absent. So more JP for sure on the way here very soon, and we'll find some stuff to talk about. Gosh, so when is the Daryl show coming out? Is that September? Let's see. Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Premiere. September the 10th. Yep, so we'll be back
soon.
A little less than 2 months to be talking about that. So before we go, make sure to check out Seth's channel. Click the little link right there, and it'll take you to his link tree where you can access all their stuff from their Twitters.
You can talk about that in Seth's small town.
To their Rumble, to their YouTubes.
Now you should click the podcasting dead button and go over to Rumble and subscribe over there.
Oh yeah, we need to build up our Rumble.
Yeah,
Seth gave it way more attention than I have. I don't even think I've logged into Rumble except for when Seth set it up for us. So go build up a following on that, because it'll be so nice to podcast and drop the occasional F-bomb and not worry about
instead of getting temporary mutes. Yep.
That's what you get. But anyways, I believe that's going to wrap it up, because your boy has got to, I ain't going to bed just yet, but I'd like to do a little reading before I go to bed. So, anyways, I'm Justin.
I'm Seth.
Matadubs.
I wasn't sure who was supposed to go next.
It was me, but I wanted to be polite and let you go.
Oh, thank you.
And, wait a minute, let's see. Yes, Jay Scarf. There is. Actually, JP and I talked like 2-3 days ago, and we're going to do a Patreon cast. We'll try to record it this week and post it up. It'll give you some insight into where he's been, what he's been doing, and why he's been absent. So hopefully we'll have that recorded this week and posted before the weekend. So be looking forward. If you're not on our Patreon, definitely go subscribe. I promise we're going to start posting stuff now. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.